So Square Enix just hit a big, massive reset in the Western market. When it comes to layoffs, North America and Europe has just got hit by the biggest layoff in Square Enix history. And the scary thing about it, they classed it as restructured. And when it comes to conveniences, this is like one of the biggest somewhat convenience that they ever said. Later on that day, they end up saying that they're trying to implement more augmented AI to their QA and their sort of localization division. So it's like, are you doing this for the company or are you doing this to just save money? I don't like the road this is going down, because when it comes to Square Enix and AI, from what we've seen in the past where they've tried to cut corners with stuff like 15, like that was just a shambles. Like you can clearly see like this is not going down a good path. So many people are getting affected by it. When I was scrolling on LinkedIn, scrolling on TikTok, even X, I think mostly on LinkedIn, just because I have a lot of connections in that sort of industry, and me working in the QA division when I did Ni no Kuni. This is something which is scary stuff, because it's showing that a lot of the marketing roles and all the localization roles, the social media roles were affected by it. At least 140, well, not even announced, but like confirmed online. So the way this is going is like, where's this leading down to? In terms of the timing as well, because they did release their sort of yearly report saying that they were up 30%, which was good. But then we kind of get backhanded at the same time, showing that they're trying to do this restructure. Square Enix is quoting that they want to be more lean and agile in the Japanese market. But from what I can tell, apparently there's only like the age demographic in the Japanese market, it's 30 plus. Between Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest, that is the age demographic in Japan. I'm sorry, but when it comes to America and Europe, that's what's carrying the company. Like, I know all these like mobile games do make a, massive jackpot and everything in terms of growth and in terms of revenue, but your fans, they're coming from Europe and America. And this is a hint which has kind of been shown a couple years ago. If you saw Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal, the other big European, Western companies which they sold off. Obviously, those were the ones which, did Tomb Raider and these couple Marvel games. For them, they were not profitable, so they sold it off. And when it comes to Crystal Dynamics, obviously, Amazon took it. So they've been trying to cut corners on certain stuff. And it's only up to now we're seeing that, this is really hitting the market, and it's not good. This is really not good. When it comes to the AI augmentation, they want to do up to like 70% of the QI debugging. 70%. There's gonna be a lot of people affected by this. Like, where's the future leading when it comes to the gaming industry? Is it just all gonna be taken over by AI? Like, we know that AI is gonna be taking a lot of people's job, but it's like it's coming in massive waves. Even with, Rockstar, they delayed GTA, but at the same time, there's all these leaks saying that people were laid off like unfairly. People were laid off when it came to them being on sick pay and annual leave. It's like, what are these companies doing? It's like they're just backdooring their employees and trying to hop onto the AI bandwagon just to automate all their systems. And we're in a scary time right now. And this is all coming from Square Enix's mouth, because they said in the next couple years, they want to save at least 3 billion yen, which is roughly between 19 to 20 million dollars. So this is something where they've already thought about this. This is something which has been in their forecast for probably years at this point. As we saw with all these other previous games, which has kind of flopped over the years. It's just one of those things where they said, okay, where can we cut corners, but not kind of get to the root cause, which is obviously the development times. This is something which I don't want to say I forecast this, but this is something where all these gaming companies are just going to realize them just cutting all their devs is not the answer to what their company is going to achieve. This has been an ongoing topic for a very long time now. And this is not just because of Square Enix. This is not because of Rockstar. This is because of the gaming industry. When it comes to development times, 4 to 6 years, of course you're gonna have budget problems. This is why they're trying to cut corners in certain aspects, and it's clearly showing. Like this is the problem. What's gonna happen, which I can clearly forecast. AI is gonna get augmented to all these sort of sectors, but the development time is still gonna be the same, because yeah, realistically you can augment, you know, maybe concept art, or you can do level design, or you can debug and decode. But all those little bits of like detail, which people like, the soul of your game, you're gonna need humans to do that. And you can't just get an AI bot to do that. It's just not gonna work long time. And when it comes to sort of these development times, it's only just been going constantly up in the last 20 years. Like before, we used to get games every 2 to 4 years. I know obviously because now we got more resources, so it takes more development time. But at the same time, most of the time, people are not asking for all this jam-packed, like ray tracing, lens flare, eye detail, different hair strands, 10,000 polygons. We're not asking for all of that most of the time. Most of the time, we're just asking for a decent looking game with a good narrative storyline. And when it comes to these development cycles, us waiting like half a generation, like most of these games, we play them as like 5 years in, and then the next year we're already in the next age bracket. Like that's ridiculous. Like with GTA right now, I played that game when I was, I think 14, 15. It's gonna come out when I'm like almost 30 years old. There's kids who were just born who are teenagers right now when this game is coming out. And this is not to just obviously dog Rockstar and everything, because obviously it takes time to make a game, and it doesn't mean they've been making progress on the game the whole time. But it just shows that all this time developing the game, it's just costing money. Employees need to come into work. You know, rent needs to be paid. The building needs to cost money. All this outsourcing, this all costs money. And doing a 10-year budget is not gonna be a couple dollars. It's going to be millions and millions and millions. And you can clearly see that this is not sufficing right now. I don't know what Square Enix is gonna do right now, because the future of gaming and the future of working in the gaming industry is scary. As someone who's worked in Ni no Kuni, who's worked in their QA division, this is something where it's scary stuff, and I don't know what's gonna happen for the Final Fantasy fans and for the people who worked in Square Enix. You know, I hope you guys can find another job, and you know, we can kind of stand together and see how this community can go. But for what I can see, it's just something needs to change. But yeah, guys, let me know what your thoughts are. I'll catch you guys on the next one, and yeah, peace. Later, guys.